Have you ever trained like soccer with Jackson? You know he plays, right? I never knew.
But he has to be a better player than I am because I just took the soccer class, and on our class we basically just run around the playground, do nothing. So I think I never saw him play soccer actually because of the pandemic. I never saw him. I don't think I saw him a lot. So, however, I think he's really passionate about soccer. He would like get up in the middle of the night to watch a soccer game, and he would do these soccer matches. And yeah, he's just a really sporty person, I guess. But did you have a chance to play soccer with him?
Never. It's only been like, I've only been playing like once I got back to Hong Kong, it was like the first time I ever stepped foot on a pitch, on a proper pitch for like since God knows when. I talked with him, like he was telling me, like I told him like, oh, finally I could play on a proper grass pitch. But actually in Hong Kong, because like, you know, there's just not a lot of space. The grass pitches, you have to pay for them. So we have this group of guys, my uncle and like a bunch of his friends. Like that's usually when you book these grass pitches, because otherwise, if you only go there by yourself, you won't really book a pitch. You just go to one of the free ones on the streets, and those are usually like concrete ones in Hong Kong, compared to I guess in the mainland, like you'd have a lot more space. So like grass pitches, I guess would be more common. I don't know.
Do you have like grass pitches in your university, like the students could?
Yeah, talking about my university. Well, 3 universities share the same like sports ground, you could call it. Right. So yeah, and we are like the campus that's nearest to that sports ground. But even that sports ground, as I said in one of my vlogs, like you'd see more people doing like renovation and work, just maintenance work, more than people playing soccer on there. Kind of like, because Hong Kong is just so, it's small. Like, for example, my secondary school is like one of the few that has like a proper like soccer pitch, a grass one. And it's artificial grass. It's not real. But then like in Hong Kong, like very few schools, even fewer would have like swimming pools or something, which I guess you guys would find like, what? But then I guess like your high schools or secondary schools, they're like, you'd have like more schools would have these facilities.
Yeah, we didn't really have a swimming pool, but we did have a lot of spaces. Like we have a small lake in our campus, and I just loved it.
You mean not Fudan?
In my high school.
Have a bloody lake.
Not a very big one, just a really small one, but it's great to hang around there.
Right. Yeah, talking about high school and secondary school, so most I guess mainland students would have like, you know, as I said, like middle school and high school. That's why I keep like saying it wrong, because in Hong Kong, like we call it secondary school, and then like we do 6 years. Like 6 years is a norm. You don't do like 2. But then I know only like a few years back when I went to the mainland after my public exams to like teach at one of my cousins, like the school she teaches at, I volunteered to be like I taught there for like a couple of weeks, and then only then I got to know, oh, so like actually in the mainland you do like 3 years middle school and then 3 years high school. Yeah, I wonder like because talking about high school, like, you know, you talked about the lake in your campus and all that, but then I mean COVID has been around for a couple of years. I've been lucky enough to not have it, you know, interfere with my high school, like secondary school life. I wonder if COVID has caused any troubles. Because I don't remember the exact timeline. I mean, did it?
Yeah, we did take online classes for months, I think. And that was just I didn't like that because when I take online classes, it's just really easy for me to fall asleep and it's really hard to concentrate. I don't know if it's the same for you, but I just didn't learn a lot. And when we finally got back to school and when we took these exams, I was like, no, I just got really, really bad grades and I have to learn everything from the start. So it was not a great experience for me. But again, I think there's something good about trying different modes of learning and trying, like, although it's the pandemic, it's the worst. However, there's still something to enjoy from it. Like staying home every single day, you can do a lot of more things with your free time. And back in high school, we didn't have a lot of freedom, I guess, because if you stay in school, it's just you take classes and then you like take a nap and then you take more classes and then you go to have dinner and then you take more classes. However, when you are at home, you don't have that much classes every day and you can have fun with the rest of the time.
So most of you live at the school?
Oh yeah, we went to a boarding school, so we only went home on weekends.
Right. Is that a norm or?
No, that's for high school it's norm, I think. However, for secondary school, middle school, like the first 3 years, that's not a norm.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of. I've talked with I don't know if you know, like Fudan Gordon.
Oh
yeah,
I've heard of him.
Yeah, you're very you're like very experienced senior, and then he told me, like, I talked like, do you ever game? And then he was like, I told him I got an Xbox. He said, what the hell is that?
I don't know what the hell is that.
You don't, right? Because you're one of those hardworking students. I get it, but basically it's a gaming console, all right. And then okay. I was like, do you ever game? He said, like, no, because like in high school, all we like care about was like, okay, this guy knows how to solve a math question, this math question, and I don't. How the hell did he do it? And then how come I can't do it? So like that's all you think about, and then your cell phones, basically, you don't, I guess the school won't really allow it, I guess.
Yeah, well, our school was comparatively more lenient on that, so we could bring cell phones. We just couldn't bring them into classrooms, and we just hid them in our bags, or we hid them in the dorms. So it's like a really good game of hide and seek, because you just don't want the teachers to find out, but there are always ways to like carry a phone with you. So
right. Yeah, but then do you find I guess, because I asked this, I didn't actually include this one in the questions I sent to you. It's like, well, the Gaokao results, like they were released a while back, and you probably don't know this, but then the Hong Kong public exams, the results just released like 2 days ago. So I wonder, you're still very young. You just came out from high school like a year ago. I wonder if you have, I guess, advice for just middle schoolers, high schoolers, Baosong or Gaokao, whatever the backgrounds would be. I guess, do you have any advice, like with the experience you've had, probably still fresh in your mind?
Because I took the Baosong, the recommendation process, and it was just there was a really long vacuum period between like getting into the university and actually going to the university. There were months, and during that period, I basically I got my driver's license. So it was just, it's not, I'm not proud about it, because, after you finish your high school, finish your learning, you just go on and learn new things. You learn how to drive, and I'm not proud of it. But I don't think I did a lot of fun things. I just did things that I always wanted to do and never had the time. For example, I went to see like concerts, and like I watched a lot of movies. Basically, like I watched 3 movies every week, and I just and every day I wake up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just just enjoyed myself doing nothing, like lazing around. I don't think that's a very good example. Like that's not good advice to anyone, but I think it's just good to give yourself a break, like after 6 years or even 12 years of hard work. I think everyone just deserves to have fun, however they want. Yeah.
It's like from what I've heard, it's like a 6-month holiday, is it? Like
yeah, 6 months, really long. And you just can't believe how I sleep to 1 o'clock every single day.
I remember back, I could never sleep that long again. Like I know my sister can, but then I like the only period I would sleep that long was back when we were kids. Like back then on the weekends, my sister and I would just sleep, and we'd wake up and it's lunch every day, like on the weekends. Yeah.
I wake up at 12 today. That's why I replied your message like 5 hours late. I just envy those guys like you with like superior sleeping genes. You can like sleep for maybe 6 hours and you don't feel tired during the day. Maybe.
Oh my god. No way.
For me, I have to sleep 10 hours or I'll get really sleepy like during the day.
So that's what you could do. Like, could you do like 10 hours or during the semester?
Not really. That's why I'm sleepy most
That's
of the
why you're sleeping now.
semester. I try to find like small periods of time to take naps, but there isn't as much time. And normally I just sleep, I think 6 or 7 hours a day, and that's not enough for me. So I just sustain through coffee. Coffee's my best friend. Yeah.
Oh god. Do you envision yourself like, having to go into that 3-4 hours of sleep in the future, in your remaining years?
No, I would die. I would literally die. I'm just not that sort of person. And I really hope I have the ability of sleeping short and having like the peak memories and everything. But my brain just doesn't work if I sleep 3 hours a day. So yeah.
Hey homies, I hope you enjoyed this clip. If you did, here's a full playlist of sharings from other top-notch people I've met. Like, comment, subscribe, 一键3连, and I will see you in the next one. Alright guys, peace.